I wonder if I might offer some advice to television presenters, radio presenters, journalists, without a particular any in-depth knowledge of how an economy actually works. Let me kill a few myths. To start with, public spending does not put money into an economy. Public spending takes money out of an economy. The only way that a government can spend money is to either borrow it, which puts a tax on future generations, or to tax this generation, or to print it, which of course is counterfeiting. If the rest of us did it, we'd all go to prison. So this is how public spending actually works. So it can't possibly help the economy, it can't grow the economy, because all it's doing is transferring money from the wealth creating sector to those who do not create wealth, however worthy they may be. Let me make an observation here locally in my constituency in Yorkshire. There is a caravan manufacturing company, in fact quite a lot of caravan manufacturing companies, and as soon as the 20% VAT came in, it stopped them being able to sell caravans, because that put £3,000 on the price of the average caravan and people stopped renewing their caravans. So the factory went on to a 3-day week. Now the factory now actually gives less tax to the exchequer than it otherwise would do, because they're only working for 3 days. So that's PAYE, national insurance, suppliers, the hinterland of the factory. All these things now have slowed down, largely because of excess tax. Now the government actually takes this, isn't it fascinating in Yorkshire, they take this 20% and it goes into the pot, and the government are now trying to persuade Siemens, a German company, to come to Humberside with subsidies to build failed technology wind turbines, of course, which, as everybody knows now, simply don't work. So they're actually crucifying a successful private wealth-creating company to take it into Czechia, to give it to a German company to subsidise. This simply is the economics of a madhouse, and I suspect it's so because we have not just the government, but the shadow government have absolutely no idea of business. They've never been in business. So we have, again, a situation where we've now moved from 37% to 50% of government spending in GDP. That means for every £1 circulating in the economy, another £1 is spent by government. This is unsustainable in any free democratic entrepreneurial society, and it simply can't go on. Now this administration, which promised to do something about the deficits and something about the national debt, have actually increased the national debt by £100 billion per year. And at this rate, when they leave office, and leave office I can tell you that they will in 2015, they're going to have a national debt, they'll leave a national debt 60% higher than it was when they took office. So they're not doing what they said they were going to do, they're not even attempting it. And how can we save this money? How can we do it? Well, let me just give you a few ideas. 50 million pounds a day goes to the European Union. That's something we could stop straight away. £25 million a day goes on foreign aid. We know not where it goes, it disappears into another great black hole. We could save money there. I wonder if you knew that £1 billion a month, yes that's a month, is paid by government to charities. Not the sort of charities that we understand, like the Lifeboat Institution and worthy charities and the Donkey Sanctuary and worthy charities of that sort. It goes to sort of slightly veiled Mickey Mouse type charities, which are all sort of semi-part of the government, like the Fawcett Society, and you can look them up, fake charities that seem to make all their money from government. Not to mention the 40 to 50 billion pounds a year in quangos that the Chancellor actually said that he would do something about when they were in opposition. They would take a knife, a huge hatchet, the surgeon's knife, to quangos, which are another 40 or 50 billion pounds a year. So a lot of this increase in borrowing, £100 billion, is totally unnecessary because we give it away. So we really must get back to cutting public spending. We can cut the deficit. It's the biggest national debt that we've had in the history of the country, and it's got to stop now. And some people, and I get very annoyed when idiot BBC interviewers suggest to me that they might be cutting too fast. Well, they're not cutting. Never mind too fast. They're not cutting, and cut they must, and soon.